Thank you. So here we have the verified that the equation y double dash plus y dash minus xy is equal to 0 has three term recursion formula, and find its series solution y1x and y2x such that y1 is equal y1 at 0 is equal to 1 and y1 dash at 0 is equal to 0, y2 dash or y2 at x is equal to 0 is 0, and y2 dash at x is equal to 0 is equal to 1. So here we have the given equation y double dash plus y minus xy is equal to 0. So what is the usual procedure? Here we have equation y double dash plus y dash minus xy is equal to 0. So what we assume? We assume let y is equal to summation n from 0 to infinity a n x to power n b power series solution of the first. Means before that you check whether the x is equal to 0 is the ordinary point or not. So I have told you when we have the ordinary point, then only we can determine the power series solution. So from here we can compute y dash as summation n is equal to 1 to infinity. So here always you have to start the summation from the 1 an into n x to power n, and y double dash as summation n is equal to 2 to infinity an n n minus 1 x to power n minus 2. So as you put the value of the y dash and y in the given equation, here you will get n is equal to 2 to infinity an n n minus 1 x to power n minus 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an n x to power n minus x summation n is equal to 0 to infinity an x to power n is equal to 0. So after this what we have to do? We have to make all the power of x as a x to power n. So from the first, if you put the n is equal to n plus equation is correct, no? Y double dash, yes. So as we first convert, we put the n is equal to n plus 2. So as you put n plus 2, this will become n is equal to 0 to infinity a n plus 2 n plus 2 into n plus 1 x to power n plus summation. Now here already it is in the x to power n form. So n is equal to 1 to infinity n an x to power n minus, and this is now x to power n plus 1. So when we have the x to power n plus 1, this will give you x to power n plus 1. So for keeping the x to power n, we have to put n is equal to n minus 1. So as you put n is equal to n minus 1, here the summation will start from the n is equal to 1. You take the 1 on the right hand side. So here the summation will start from n is equal to 1 and up to the infinity. So we have put the n is equal to n minus 1. So here we have the a n minus 1 and x to power n is equal to 0. Then after, pardon, y dash, n minus 1, n minus 1. So it is, so we put the n plus 1, n plus 1 a n plus 1 x to power n, correct. So yes, so now all the summations should start from n is equal to 1, right? So n is equal to 1. So in the first, when we put n is equal to 0, so you will get the a2 n is equal to 0. So 2 into 1, so 2a2, right? plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n plus 2 n plus 2 n plus 1 x to power n, x to power n plus, now this n is equal to 0 when we put, so n is equal to 0 as you put, it will give you a n or a1 and n is equal to 0, only the a1, yes, a1 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity n plus 1 a n plus 1 x to power n minus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n minus 1 x to power n is equal to 0. So now you collect the like term. So when we collect the like term, here we have the 2a2 plus a1 independent of x, then summation n is equal to 1 to infinity, and here you collect the term, right, coefficient of the x to power n, and it is equal to 0. So from the first summation we have an plus 2 n plus 2 n plus 1. From the second summation, pardon, plus n plus 1 an plus 1 an plus 1 minus a n minus 1. So on comparing coefficient of like powers of x on both sides, so what you will get, 2a2 plus a1 is equal to 0, right, and here we have the a n plus 2 into n plus 2 n plus 1 plus n plus 1 a n plus 1 minus a n minus 1 is equal to 0. So this will give you a2 is equal to minus of a1 upon 2, and this will give you n plus 2 is equal to a n minus 1 minus n plus 1 a n plus 1 upon n plus 2 n plus 1 for n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So whatever the problem earlier you have done, in that we have the recurrence relation with the two terms, but in this you can in this question it is given to you, right, verify that equation y double dash plus y dash minus xy is equal to 0 has three term recursion formula. So here you have seen we have the three terms recursion formula in terms of the an plus 2 an minus 1 and an plus 1. Clear? Yes. A0 will remain as an arbitrary constant, means your answer will come as a0 and a1, right? Now afterward in this question, uh, it is given to you, find its series solution y1x and y2x such that y1 at 0 is equal to 1, y1 dash at 0 is equal to 0. So what we have assumed, y is equal to what? It is the a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube and so on. And y dash is what? It is the a1 plus 2a2x plus 3a3x square plus and so on. It is given to you. Let's say it is the y1 at 0 is equal to, condition is given to you, y1 at 0 is equal to 1. So when we put x is equal to 0, it is equal to 1, it will give you a naught. So here we have the a naught is equal to 1 and y1 dash at 0 is equal to given to you as a 0. So it is equal to a1. So for the first series A naught is equal to 1 and A1 is equal to 0. Then for the second series, it is given to you y2 at 0. Y2 at 0, it is 0. So here we have the A naught and y2 dash at 0 is given to you as a 1. So it is equal to 1. Means for the second series, A naught is equal to 0 and A1 is equal to 1. Clear? Now we have the solution y is equal to summation an x to power n or a naught a1 a naught a1 x plus a2 x square a3 x cube a4 x to power 4 and so on. So now you have to compute the value of a naught a1 you have computed all you have already computed, right, from the given condition. So now in terms of that you have to compute the value of the a2 a3 a4 a5 and so on. So from here you will get the following series, right? So you have the two series. So a2 is equal to minus of a1 by 2, that is the 0 because a1 is equal to 0 for the first series. When n is equal to 1, a3 will come minus 2 a2 minus a naught upon 2 into 3. So as you put the value of the a2 is equal to 0, a naught is equal to 1, it will give you 1 upon 2 into 3, 1 upon 2 into 3. And when we put n is equal to 3, it will give you a5. So a5 will be the minus 4 a4 minus a2 upon 4 into 5. So it will give you minus a4 upon 5. Similarly, n is equal to 2. So when we put the n is equal to 2, you have minus 1 upon 2 into 3 into 4. A6 is equal to 1 upon 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Right. So in this way, we can compute the coefficients of A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, right, for the Y1 as well as for the Y2. Similarly, here we can compute for the Y2. So you will get the two series Y1 as 1 plus 1 upon 2 into 3 x cube minus 1 upon 2 into 3 into 4 x to power 4 plus 1 upon 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 x to power 5 so on, and y2 is equal to x minus 1 by 2 x square plus 1 upon 2 into 3 x cube plus 1 upon 2 into 3 into 4 x4 and so on. So in this way you can determine the solution. Any doubt? Anything you want to ask in this? Yes. Now, similar type of the question, solution of the Arie's equation y double dash plus xy is equal to 0 are called the Arie's function. Means whatever the solution will come, y, that we termed as a Arie's function. Find the Arie's function in the form of the power series. So you have to determine the Arie's function in terms of the power series. Means you have to determine the solution of the given differential equation y double dash plus xy is equal to 0. So we know that we consider let y is equal to summation an x to power n be solution of the first. So from here you can compute the y dash and y double dash, and then you put the y and y double dash and y in the given equation. So here we have the given equation summation n is equal to 2 to infinity n into n minus 1 an x to power n minus 2 plus x into y. So x into summation n is equal to 0 to infinity an x to power n is equal to 0. Then after, with the usual procedure, right, I am not going now in that part, we have the following recurrence relation. So in the from the first we have the 2a2 is equal to 0 or a2 is equal to 0, and the recurrence relation for n greater than equal to 1 will be the an plus 2 is equal to minus an minus 1 upon n plus 2 into n plus 1. So just you compute the value of the a3 a4 a5 and so on by putting the value n is equal to 1 2 3, right? So here we have the value of the a3 as minus a naught upon 3 into 2, A4 into A4 is equal to minus A1 upon 4 into 3. So if you want to note, you can note down. But these things you have already done. So just you note down the recurrence relation. Rest you can practice. Just your practice. I am giving this question. So in exam we ask this. So we have seen many times you do the mistake in collecting the coefficients. So here we have n is for the means we have the A5, A6, A7, A8, right? For n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5, n is equal to 6 respectively. So after having this value, we know that y is what? Summation an x to power n or a naught plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube. So just you put the value of the a naught and means ais, you put the value of the ais. So here you can see that 0, 3rd, 6th, 9th, these terms are different, and a1, a4, a7, they are in terms of the a1. But the term of a naught, a3, a6, they are in terms of the a naught. So just you collect that, and you so you can write your series in this form: a naught into y1, a naught into y1 plus a naught into y2. So a naught into 1 plus. So sometimes we write the summation form also. So summation n is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 to power n. This is the minus 1 to power n. Minus 1 to power n x to power 3n upon 2 into 5 into 8 into 3 minus 1 into 3 to power n upon factorial n plus a1 x plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 to power n x to power 3n plus 1 4 into 7 into 10 dash 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 into 3n plus 1 3 to power n upon factorial n. So generally it is better to write the solution in the summation form, so that you can write in the short form instead of the that series complete series, right? But as I have told you earlier in the very first lecture, power series solution give the solution but not of much practical use, because we have the infinite series. So infinite terms we cannot include. For the exact solution, we have to include the infinite terms. But practically we cannot include the infinite terms. So we have to truncate up to the certain terms. So whatever the truncation you have done, that will be the error for the exact solution. Clear? What is? Not L, factorial n. It is the factorial n. In my it is not coming. Screen. Okay, here it is coming. So in this section we have seen the power series solution of the second order differential equation. So when we can compute, what is the condition for the power series solution of the second order differential equation? At the particular point, that means we have computed the solution at particular point. So that point must be ordinary point. That point must be the ordinary point. So now when the point is not ordinary point, then what will happen? If point is not ordinary point, then what will happen? So that is the our another section, section 29. So in this we will study the regular singular point. We have the irregular singular point also. But in this section, we will study the regular singular point. So next topic is regular and singular point. So what is the ordinary point? What is the definition of the ordinary point? You have studied. A point x, say x naught, is called the ordinary point of the equation y double dash plus px y dash plus qx y is equal to 0 when px and qx are analytic at x is equal to x naught. An ordinary point of the equation is if both px and qx are analytic at x is equal to x naught. So if anyone miss either p or q or both are not analytic at x is equal to x naught, then we say x naught is the singular point. Then we say x naught is the singular point, and at the singular point you cannot determine the power series solution. At singular point you cannot determine the power series solution. So if the point x is equal to x naught is not an ordinary point of first given differential equation y double dash plus px y dash plus qx y is equal to 0, that is if one means either q or p, right, either p or q or other or both the coefficient function px and qx fails to be analytic at x naught, then it is called the singular point. Sometimes you can find that px is analytic but qx is not analytic. Sometimes you can find px is not analytic, qx is analytic. So if anyone is not analytic, then we say that point is the singular point. But this singularity is not permanent singularity. In many questions, you will find that this singularity is not permanent singularity. You can remove the singularity. So when you can remove the singularity, that singularity is known as the regular singular point. So that regular singular point we will study in this section. So previous knowledge is not applicable. So at the singular point, whatever the knowledge you have to determine the solution through the power solution, that is not applicable here. At the singular point, you cannot apply the previous knowledge. So some new idea you require, right? So we will, from the power series solution, we will extend the power series solution to the Frobenius series solution. So wherever we have the regular singular point, there we determine the Frobenius series solution. So here practical, but because we have these equations are of much practical use, you will find that there are so many equations in physics, right, which required such kind of the solution, which has the such kind of the singularity, but that is of much practical use. So we have to determine the solution, right? We require the solution. So we have to go some extended method. For example, if you take this equation, y double dash plus 2 upon x y dash minus 2x square y is equal to 0. So that can be written as x square y double dash plus 2x y dash minus 2y is equal to 0. Which equation it is? Already you know this equation, Euler's equidimensional equation. This equation is the Euler's equidimensional equation. So already you know how to solve. In this we have the solution by substituting x is equal to e to power z. Means we transform the independent variable from x to z by the substitution x is equal to e to power z. Article 6, section 17. In the section 17 we have the equidimensional differential equation. There we convert the independent variable from x to z using the substitution x is equal to e to power z or z is equal to log x. Then we have the reduced differential equation of second order with constant coefficient. And for the constant coefficient, you know very well how to determine the solution. So its solution will come by the section 17. Its solution will come c1x plus c2x to power minus 2. So this is the general solution for the x greater than 0. If x greater than 0, then this solution will work c1x plus c2 upon x square. There is no problem. When the problem will arise in the solution, when we have to use this solution for the x is equal to 0. At the x is equal to 0, due to the c2 upon x square, this will not work. But interested for the solution that are bounded near the origin. But we are interested for the bounded solution near the origin, which can be obtained by putting the C2 is equal to 0. Means only for the particular case, C2 is equal to 0 means we take the solution as a C1x, then only it will be the bounded near x is equal to 0. So you can see here at the origin, we have the problem with the solution. So in general, very little information about the solution of the first near singular point we can tell. Right? Means very few can be solved by this method. This is the known function, 1 upon x square is the known function. You can tell something about the 1 upon x square. But there are so many elementary functions for which it is not easy to tell where it is bounded, where it is not defined. Now, so in that case, we have to go with the another approach. So in most of the application, singular point is rather weak. Weak means we can remove. We have the removable singularity. We can remove the singularity. This singularity is different from the singularity whatever you have studied in the complex analysis, math 2. So here, rather weak, that is the coefficient function are only mildly non-analytic. Mildly non-analytic means it can be made the analytic, right? It can be made analytic, and simple modification in the previous methodology yields satisfactory solution. So previous methodology of power series solution, right? Previous methodology for determining the solution, a power series solution can be modified to Frobenius series solution for the weak singularity, because weak singularity or mild analytic can be removed, or analyticity can be achieved by the proper modification. So there are two types of the singular point. What are those? Those are the irregular singular point and the regular singular point. What is the regular singular point and what is the irregular singular point? A singular point x is equal to x naught of the first means y double dash plus px y dash plus qx y is equal to 0 is called regular singular point. When we call it as a regular singular point of the first, if both x minus x naught, because at x naught we have the singular point. So what we compute the x minus x naught into px, right? We define the new function x minus x naught into qx and x minus x naught whole square into qx as a new function. Now we check the analyticity of these two functions. If these two functions are analytic at x is equal to x is equal to x naught, if these two functions are analytic at x is equal to x naught, then we say x naught is regular singular point. Then we say x naught is the regular singular point, right? Otherwise, if any one of these two fail to achieve the analyticity, x minus x naught into px, x minus x naught whole square into qx, fail to achieve the analyticity, then that point is termed as the irregular singular point. And for the irregular singular point, you cannot determine the Frobenius series solution also. For the ordinary point, you can determine power series solution. For the regular singular point, you can determine Frobenius series solution. And for the irregular singular point, you cannot determine the these two solutions. You have to go with the another approach. So here, that's why this section and next section dedicated for the regular singular point. So for example, here if we have the differential equation y double dash minus 2xy upon 1 minus x square y dash plus p into p plus 1 upon x square whole 1 upon 1 minus x square whole square y is equal to 0. I think this square is not coming. This square is not there. So here we have the very famous differential equation, second order differential equation. We call it as a Legendre differential equation. So Legendre differential equation is what? It is the 1 minus x square y double dash minus 2x y dash plus p into p plus 1 y is equal to 0. After this section 29 and 30, we will start the Legendre differential equation. We have the complete dedicated chapter on the Legendre differential equation. So this differential equation is very special type differential equation. This can be written as y double dash minus 2x upon 1 minus x square y dash plus p into p plus 1 upon 1 minus x square y is equal to 0. So in this case, what is the px? Px is minus 2x upon 1 minus x square, and qx is what? It is the p into p plus 1 upon 1 minus x square. So for x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 1, what is the nature of the px and qx? Px and qx are not well defined. Not well defined means not analytic. Not analytic. Not analytic means cannot be expanded as Taylor series. Taylor series, right? So it means this implies this implies x is equal to 1 and minus 1 are singular point. Means x is equal to 1 and minus 1 are the singular point. Then what I have told you, we have to define the new other function. Let's say p1x. P1x is what? X minus x naught into px. That is the x minus x naught means x minus 1. X minus 1, x naught is 1, x naught is minus 1. So we are taking the x naught as a for x naught is equal to 1. For x naught is equal to 1, it will become x minus 1 into px minus 2x upon 1 minus x square. So 1 minus x square. Now this can be written as minus 2x upon x plus 1. Now when we compute p1x at x is equal to 1, so we have the x is equal to 1. So here we have the x is equal to 1 means minus 1. This will come the minus 1. Similarly, if you compute the q1x x minus x naught whole square, x minus x naught whole square into qx. So that is the x minus 1 whole square, upon into q, p into p plus 1 upon 1 minus x square, 1 minus x square. So this will give you x plus 1 into p plus 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 1. So if you define for the x is equal to 1, this is the well defined. It means x is equal to 1 is regular singular point. X is equal to 1 is the regular singular point. In the same fashion, we can check for x is equal to minus 1. So here we compute the another function. Let's say p2x. P2x is x minus of minus 1. X minus of minus 1 into px. That is the x plus 1 and minus 2x upon 1 minus x square. that is the minus 2x upon 1 minus x, 1 minus x. And when we compute the value of P2 x at x is equal to minus 1, at x is equal to minus 1, so this is the well defined. This is well defined. Similarly, if you compute Q2x as x minus of minus 1 whole square into qx, so that is the x plus 1 whole square p into p plus 1 upon 1 minus x square, 1 minus x square, that can be written as x plus 1 p into p plus 1 upon 1 minus x, and then we compute the q2 for x is equal to minus 1. So this will for the x is equal to minus 1, and it is the well defined. So well defined. So here you can say x is equal to minus 1 is regular singular point. Regular singular point. So for the regular singular point, we have the modified power series solution, right? That is known as the Frobenius series solution. So in next chapter, we will give you the solution of the Legendre equation, but here we have the Frobenius series solution for the other differential equation. For example, this is the Bessel equation. In the chapter 4, you have studied the Bessel equation so many times. So here we have the y double dash plus 1 upon x y dash plus x square minus p square upon x square y is equal to 0. So this is the Bessel equation. So can you tell me what is the ordinary, whether the x is equal to 0 is the ordinary point or not? X is equal to 0. It is not an ordinary point, means it is a singular point. So when it is a singular point, so here we have the px is equal to 1 upon x and qx is equal to x square minus p square upon x square is equal to qx. So if you compute for the x is equal to 0, if you compute for the x is equal to 0, both are not well defined. Both are not well defined. So well defined, if they are not well defined, it means x is equal to 0 is the singular point. X is equal to 0 is the singular point. Then we have to check for the whether classification of the singular point, whether it is the regular singular point or irregular singular point. So for that, what we compute? We compute the xpx and x square qx. So what is the xpx? Xpx is equal to 1, and what is the x square px? It will become the x square minus p square, x square minus p square. So when we put x is equal to 0, when we put x is equal to 0, so x is equal to 0, it will give you minus p square. Minus p square, it means xpx and x square qx are well defined for x is equal to 0. This implies that x is equal to 0 is the regular singular point. Is the regular singular point. So in this way, we can determine the regularity and irregularity of the singular point. Now, some question from the book. Determine whether x is equal to 0 is an ordinary point or regular singular point of 2x square d2y upon dx2 plus 2x into x plus 1 divided by dx minus 3y is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0. So what is the px? For this question, what is the px? Px will become 7x into x plus 1 upon 2x square. And what is the qx? Minus 3 upon 2x square. So x is equal to 0 is not ordinary point. If it is not ordinary point, means is singular point. Singular point is a singular point. Then we have to compute the xpx. In general, what we have to compute? X minus x naught into px. And x naught is what? X naught is the 0. So here we have to compute the xpx. And xpx is what? Xpx is x and x cancel out. So 7x plus x plus 1. 7x plus x plus 1 upon x. Okay, x and x also cancel out. So now if you put x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, so it will give you 7. So it is a well defined. Then after, if you compute the x square into qx, x square into qx, and qx is minus 3 upon 2 x square. So x square into minus 3 upon 2 x square. So x square and x square is cancelled out. So here we have the minus 3 by 2, which is also well defined. So here we can say that x equal to 0 is the regular singular point. Right? So here we have the regular singular point. Let us have this question. In this we have the irregularity also. So that x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1 are singular point of x square plus x square into x plus 1 whole square y double dash plus x square minus 1 y dash plus 2y is equal to 0, where the first is irregular, other is the regular. Means x is equal to 0 is irregular singular point and x is equal to minus 1 is the right a regular singular point. So here if you write this equation in the standard form, so y double dash plus x square minus 1 upon x square into x plus 1 whole square y dash plus 2 upon x square into x plus 1 whole square y is equal to 0. So from here we have the px is equal to x minus 1 upon x square into x plus 1 and qx is equal to 2 upon x square into x plus 1 whole square. So here if you put the x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, it is not well defined. When we put qx for x is equal to 0, it is again not well defined. When we put x is equal to minus 1, then also it is not well defined. When we put x is equal to minus 1, it is not well defined. So this shows that x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1 are singular point. Are the singular point. Then after what we have to compute, here we will take x minus x naught. X minus x naught means when we x naught is equal to 0 means x into px and x square into qx. X square into qx. In another, if you have to take the x minus x naught means x naught is the minus 1. So here you have to take the x plus 1 into px and x plus 1 whole square into qx. And we have to check the value at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 1, minus 1. At x is equal to minus 1. So as you can see, when we compute the x into px, what will come? X into px, x minus 1 upon x square into x plus 1. So this x and x cancel out. Now when we put x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, not well defined. Not well defined. So when not well defined, you can say that x is equal to 0 is irregular singular point. Irregular singular point. Right? In that case, x is equal to 0 is the irregular singular point. Similarly, you can check for the so here we have the at x is equal to 0. We can see px is not analytic at x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 is the irregular singular point. Then we compute at x is equal to minus 1. So x is equal to minus 1 means we have to check the x plus 1 into px and x plus 1 whole square into qx. So that will be the x minus 1 upon x square and 2 upon x square. Both are analytic at x is equal to minus 1. So we will say that x is equal to minus 1 is the regular singular point. Now, in this question, y double dash plus sin x, y is equal to 0. Now you have to check the singularity of the singularity at the, we have the differential equation y double dash plus sin x, y is equal to 0. Now you have to check the x is equal to 0. Nature of x is equal to 0. You have to check this nature. So in this case, we have the y double dash plus 0 y dash plus sin x y is equal to 0. It means what we have, px is equal to 0 and qx is equal to sin x. Qx is equal to sin x, right? So now when we put x is equal to 0, sin 0 is equal to 0, it means x is equal to 0 is ordinary. It is well defined, so it is the ordinary point, right? Instead of this question, if we have the x y double dash plus sin x y is equal to 0, so in that case it can be written as y double dash plus sin x upon x y is equal to 0. At that time, what at x is equal to 0, what is the nature of this? It is 1. So this is also x is equal to 0 is the ordinary point. If we have x square y double dash plus sin x y is equal to 0, so it will become the sin upon x square x into px, or x into x square into qx. X square into qx is equal to sin x, that is 0 at x is equal to 0, well defined. It means x is equal to 0 is what? Regular singular point, right? It is the regular singular point. If we have the x cube upon y double dash plus sin x y is equal to 0, so this will become x cube, right? Then we put the x square into sin x upon x cube, so it will cancel out, and sin x upon x at x is equal to 0 is 1. So again the regular singular point. If we have x to power 4, y double dash plus sin x y is equal to 0, it will become sin x upon x to power 4 as a qx, and x square into qx. So x square, it will cancel out the x square, so it will become 1 upon x sin x upon x, right? This you can make 0, make 1, right? You can take limit, but this you cannot solve. So here we have the x is equal to 0 is irregular singular point. Irregular singular point. So in this way, we can recognize the singularity and irregularity and irregularity of the singular point. Right? So in next class we continue. In the next class we will start the Frobenius series solution. Frobenius series solution is the solution method for the second order differential equation at regular singular point. So we have the new notice, right? So all the students will come. So at that time on board we will come, right? Just to have to wait for this up to the 17th.